Welcome everybody, this is Botany Board. I am Bailey, and today I'm going to do a solo playthrough for you of It's a Wonderful World. So if you watch my top 10 most played solo games, this is one of them. So I thought, why not get it on the channel? So I have it here set up to play the solo version variant of It's a Wonderful World. So It's a Wonderful World is an engine builder. It also has card drafting normally in the multiplayer version. However, in the solo, the first adaptation has been that there is no drafting because it's just me. So I have my 5 cards selected right here. So I'm going to be looking at these cards. I'm going to be placing them into down into my play area. I will then decide whether I want to keep the card for construction and place it up here, or if I want to alternatively take the card, use it to discard it for its one-time ability to go ahead and just get this gray cube immediately and discard the card. That would allow you to put a cube right onto the side of over here, which is where what you need to satisfy in order to construct this actual card. Once you've constructed the card, you will put it over here underneath your empire. So this is where my empire is being constructed and built up at the end of the draft phase. So we go through 2 sets of these 5 cards per round for the draft phase. We will then move on to the production phase. We will produce resources based on what's depicted in our empire over here, and we will do so in the order of left to right. So that's one of the great things about this game, is you can kind of be collecting some of your produced resource cards in time to construct and still get it produced before you get to blue, for instance. So that is kind of the high level principles of the game. The other icons I have not shown you so far. So for iconography, what it takes to build the card down here is what it will produce once I have actually constructed it. If I can be better with my card. Okay, there we go. So over here on the card is what it costs to build the card. The one-time bonus is the lady depicted right there. And then this is what will produce each time when I have it over my constructed area. And this is the one-time bonus if you choose to discard the card immediately. And lastly, it has a category. So typically on some of the ones that it'll have a scoring objective over here is where the score is depicted. So for instance, this card will give you 1 per little black icon thing. So each one of my black cards that I had constructed in my tableau would get me 1 point at the end of the game. So that is how the game works. It is a beat your own score, so it does give you a bracket to see, if you get above 60, I think it is, we're in a different category than otherwise. So there we have it. We will get to going. All right, so let's see what we have. Ooh, so we have some point cards, and so some yellow point cards, blue point cards, some things to construct blue. So I could keep these and think and start to like build up and think maybe I'm going to do a blue. So I might keep all of those actually. And this one, just 1 point per black. I mean, suppose if I was going to keep these black, that would be good. But this one's worth 10 points. I feel like I want this one just because it's worth 10 points. It doesn't seem that hard to do it. So I kind of want to keep, do I want to keep, so having 2, I don't need 2 to do blue. That seems a little much. So I'm going to discard 1 to go ahead and get an immediate. So I'm going to go ahead and discard this one. And instead use this to immediately discard this to get this gray resource. So discard, gray. I immediately put it into my, on one of my cards. So normally you would pick something that was going to start producing first, because you first want to get your engine kind of going and building and producing, and then later you could go get the thing. So I'm in no hurry to get this point card, or this one off, for that matter though. So in that regard, I will just do this. Okay, so next set of 5 cards in the drafting area. So on each one of these cards, I'm either choosing to place it in my construction area or discard it to get its immediate bonus. The third and final option that you have on your turn is you can instead discard 2 of these cards to take the top 5 cards from the deck. I can then look at those 5, select 1 only, and then choose to either put it in my construction area or discard immediately for the resource. The only reason you don't want to do that though is because if you, for instance, I have to give away 2 cards to only get 1 back. So yes, you have to pay a price for being able to look through more cards. All right, what do we have? What do we have? So this one will produce some yellow, which is good because I did want to get this card. I already have some things going to produce blue. This will produce a black. I already have 1 black, but that would produce it quicker. And I'm going to keep this one. So this is a good just getting production going. And, not loving the synergies I have going here, but we shall see. Okay, I think I'm going to keep. Okay, and then these 2 left. I'm trying to decide if I want to I'll just use them as discards to go ahead and get these 2 resources. Okay. I mean, I am going to produce a green though, and this would be one times per that lady though, and I don't know how helpful that is. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and discard these 2, I think. I could have instead tried to search for something that would be a little bit better, but I want to just start getting some cards filled. So I'm going to get a yellow and a gray. Discard these. I don't know how good I feel about round 1, to be honest, everybody, but that is sometimes the cards that come out for us. So I'm going to get the black, no, gray. Get more of the gray going out first. All right, so now we move on to the production phase portion. So here we are, starting left to right. Gray, I will produce 2. Place them on my card immediately. So I'm going to place them right here on this wind turbine. This will actually complete the wind turbine. So then I will place it into my construction area. And then luckily, next up is black. So now when I go to see how many black I have 1, 2 black. Okay, now I'll immediately put them on my card. Okay, and next up is green. I produce 1 green. And I do not produce anything else. Okay, so then we move to round 2. So in the multiplayer game, you would actually draft in the opposite order, but in solo game, there is no order difference. All right, so I take my 5 cards. Wow, there's a lot of yellow in this here deck. So 2 points times the number of blue, 1 point, 1 point. 1 point times the number of green. Man, I'm just really not loving what I have here. I mean, I guess I'm going to be producing a lot of blue, and I could go ahead and get these and then just try to get blue cards. Okay, I'll just try to do that, I guess, and hope that that pays off. These are the exact same. So I am trying to decide if I want. I'm going to discard the wind turbine for the black resource card. That. Okay, and then I don't have any other green cards, but I don't really need to discard this for a green. So maybe I'll do 1 search. I'll keep these 2, perhaps, and then go searching maybe for hopefully maybe a blue, I guess. Or some points that would have yellow, since I'm starting to some yellow cards. I only have 1 production of yellow though, so that's something I also need to think about before I put all of these yellow cards here. Okay, I'll discard these 2. So I'm going to search for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. See what we got. So This will produce yellow, so that might be what we need to keep. Because if I picked up all these yellow cards, so I think that will be what we do keep. All right. Yeah. A little empire over a little bit. Okay, so these go to discard. All right, so now second set of drafting. So I have a ton of cards in my construction area, as you can see. Still don't know how great I feel about things, but I do need to start producing some stuff. So if you can hear that, that is my stomach growling. Okay. Ooh, this is good. Okay, so this one will kind of help with the blue-yellow engine. So want that. That's great. I'm going to start like a double row here. Okay, this will produce more gray, which it's worth 4 points, and honestly I already have a green, so I'm going to keep this one as well, as far as it's worth points, and I don't really care about that necessarily. This would produce 2 yellow as well. Another one that would produce blue. How many blue am I going to be having? 1, 2, 3. 3 blue, and so far I need to produce 8. I kind of wish there was some that were some grays, honestly, to discard, so I could go ahead and get that built, because I have a few of these that I'm wanting to get constructed. And there's none that I need to just rush on. I guess this is, okay, I do want to produce this one quickly because it will give me 2 gray. So I will discard this for the automatic green. Okay, so now I have these 2 left. So do I want to just get a blue and a yellow? I think I'm just going to do that. Because otherwise I'm worried I'm going to be short some resources because I have so many cards going on. So let's get this blue going because that will give me some yellow later. And this will also give me blue going. All right, there we have it. So now we move on to production. So I produced 2 gray. Luckily, this completes this card. Okay, I get my one-time bonus of this guy here. He is worth 1 point. And some cards give you points per him, occasionally to get more points. So I'll put this in my construction area now. These back. Okay, so next up is black to produce. I produced 2. Okay. One there, and here. All right, next up is green. Produce 1 green. Yellow, I produce 1 yellow. And no blue so far. Okay, so now we move into round 3. First 5 cards. Ooh, 3 points times the yellow card. So if I'm going to construct those, that'd be worth 6 points. So I want to keep that. It's a good point card. Okay, I don't have things to produce this many green. So I'm going to end up getting rid of those. So I'll go ahead and get the green. And then I'll go ahead and get the blue as well. Okay, now these 2, do I want to keep to produce? Or do I want to, I think I just want to discard for resources because I have so many things in my pile right now. So gray and white, or gray and yellow, sorry. Colors are hard sometimes. All right, gray. So I'll complete this one. And then this yellow. I really needed to discard a black also to get that one. But that will come out, that'll get produced, so that will be no problem. But I need 3. That guy. let's start with this guy since I've already kind of started. It's worth 10 points to do like that. All right, so I've constructed this. I like to sometimes put them in different piles based on the color that they are. All right, so next set of 5. Man, they keep wanting me to get green. Okay, this is good. 10 points again, and I get some yellow, and I'll take this. And again, I'm working towards that 3 points for the yellow. So I kind of need, how much yellow am I going to produce? This. So I need that. 1, 2, 3, and then if I can get this one, let's see, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, and I will get 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I will be able to get 1, 2 yellow this time. So I really need these blue actually. So I might have to go searching for a blue discard, but I'd have to do that twice in order to pull it off. Wait, if I get this one, the blue. If I go ahead and get this, this will produce the gray, which will produce more gray. For sure, we'll take care of that. I'm actually going to have more gray than I honestly need. So I guess in that regard, I could keep this to get more green. Okay, let's do this first. Let's go search. Okay, discarding these 2 to go search. Hopefully that wasn't a mistake. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. Not good at putting it off the screen. Okay, so I think I kind of want to just keep one of these blues and discard the blue. And then I think I actually want to search again and try to get that again to get the yellows going. So I'm going to discard or keep the blue, but then discard it to get the automatic resource. And then I was tempted to save the green, but instead I'm going to discard 2 again to search, and there better be a blue resource to discard. Go on, 3. Go on. No. Dang it. Okay. Well, that didn't work out. I was like, what are the odds that there will not be a blue? Because I really wanted to complete this because this would give me 3 more yellow, and I have so many yellow cards that I was really wanting to get that going. Okay, well, yellow times the number of yellow cards. That would be a lot soon. 2 yellows. Okay, so do I want, which one of these do I want? Or I could just discard it to get it yellow. But I think I'm going to get something that I can produce. Blues are going to be producing pretty quickly, so I'm going to keep the blue. All right. Okay, these are all discarded. All right, so that didn't quite work out how I wanted it to, because we are going to be 1 short on the blues. We won't be able to produce these 3 yellow until next time, but such is life, such is life. Okay, so production. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So close to being able to tell you guys there's another thing I get if I get to 5. Okay, so 4 of these guys. So I will produce this. Yes, I will, because that will give me the instant bonus of him, a one-time bonus of him. That was unworthy of the time to try to do that. Okay, there's that and this. Trying to go wide into heating up my coffee. It's very cold in here, so it's cooled off quite quickly. All right, so production. So we have done gray. I just produced that. Now we are on to black. So I will produce 1, 2 black resources, which will complete this card. And then I also want it to come over here for this one. Okay, so 2 and 2. You guys see that? No. Okay. All right. So there we have that. So we have just completed black. Now we produced green. I only produced 1, but that's okay. And next up, yellow. So 1, 2, 3 yellow. Where do I want to complete my yellow first? Does it matter? So I guess I'll go 2 here. And this one takes this guy to spend. So I'll actually go ahead and construct this. All right. And then my other yellow. So where shall I? Go here. All right, so we move into the 4th and final round, everybody. Oh, no, I don't. Blue production. Sorry, yellow, blue. I get 1, 2, 3. Important, very important. Okay, so yay, got this card so that I can produce that next time. And then I need these rubies over here as a reward before I need that card. So I'll prioritize that. Okay, I was going to kind of put that there. All right, back to the top, as I was saying. All right, here's our cards we have. So going into the last round, what am I looking at? So I really want to be able to complete all these cards. So I'm going to take a minute and just see what I have for a second. I'm a little bit worried I did not get enough point cards. 3 times this though, 2 times that, but I don't know. It might be okay. We shall see. All right, so I'm going to need to produce 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm looking for 10 yellow. I will for sure produce 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yellow. This one probably will not. So I do need 4 yellow. Somehow, some way. So I guess I will do these both for just discards, I think, to try to get 4 yellow that way. Otherwise, I need to try to build this immediately and get yellow times the number of yellow cards, which would make up my difference. I'm just going to discard these 2 to get 2 yellow. Okay, now I have these that I don't necessarily. The black. I think I will be short on black production, so if I can get the green. No. Okay, I'm going to discard this for the black as well. Because I will get 2, and I need 1, 2, 3 black. So I actually need to discard for another black. So I'm going to go search for this, and hopefully I find a yellow discard or a black discard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or a really good scorecard. I would take that potentially. Yellow or black? No yellow, no black. I tell you. Okay, I have blue. No, if I wanted blue. Didn't. I wanted black. That's what I wanted. Oh, oh, oh. This is another 2 points times number, but I won't produce that many green. So like that's nonsense to get that, to keep it for anything. So I guess I'll just discard it for keep one of these and just get a blue resource. I guess. Because there was no yellow either, right? Black, 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 and green, yeah. Well, I guess I can get I'll go ahead and get, instead of the blue, I'll get the green. Because if I do this way, this at least lets me produce these two up front, since that produces first. Okay, run out of room. I'll put this kind of like this. Okay, and I get a one-time bonus of her. I haven't been doing very well at getting cards that have the little face bonuses or enough resources to pick up 5. So I haven't even got to tell you guys about that. I didn't even do it yet. So if you actually, in the multiplayer game, whoever has the most, produces the most on each round, will actually get a consolation, or not consolation, a victory token of whoever's favor is above. You can pick on the middle. In the solo mode, you have to produce at least 5 resources of that color, and then you can get that. Normally, I feel like I do have that kind of going, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just not doing very well today. I do feel like my synergies of cards have not been the best. I feel a little... They're close, but like not quite there. Okay, so I needed a black to discard. Perfect. So discard that black. Yay. Okay, construct this. Okay, so I did say I needed 4 yellow. So I can keep, how many blue am I going to produce? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 7. So I'm going to need to go ahead and get the yellow. And go ahead and get the blue. Darn, I wish actually I had, if I would have got 2 blue. But I wanted to get that produced earlier. But if I would have done the 2 blue, then I could have got more yellow going as well. Okay, so I guess I'm going to discard these to search for a blue, because I don't need the green, and I don't need that. Or I do need a green. I do need 1 green, actually, so... Rats. Because I was kind of hoping to go searching for 2. I'm like, what's more... I mean, this is a 10-point card, so I do want to be able to do that. Okay, so I'll discard this for the green. There. And then this one, I guess I'll just get the gray. I don't even need gray. But it'll allow me to get a wild resource, I suppose, so... Gray. Okay. So that was that. So now we'll move into final production. Let's see if I can get some of these things produced. This doesn't feel all that great. I don't feel like I did very good today. We'll probably see that when it comes to the final score. Also, my coffee's still cold.
You're out of coffee. You drank it all.
I didn't drink it all. It's in here, but it's just cold.
No, I mean in the pot. You're out of coffee in the pot.
No, I know. You just have to heat this cup up.
I went in there to get you coffee, and then there's no.
Lies. Okay. Where are we at? Production. Okay, so I get to produce 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gray. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which will get me one of these guys, which is perfect because I need 2 of them over here. So this will produce this card. And then I'll put these other 4 on my player card. If I spend 5 of any color, I can turn it into one of these handy dandy wilds. So I just need 1 more wasted resource, and then I can turn it into something else that I need. Actually, I'm trying to decide if let's think about this. Do I want to, instead of building this, which is only going to get me worth 2 points, I could put this on this board. I'm trying to decide if there was a way I could get the yellow to produce before, but I don't think so, actually. I was just trying to decide, like, do I even want this card because it's only worth 2 points? Like, is it better off to try to have more resources over here that I could potentially discard a wild? How many yellow? Let's see, black, 2, and I need exactly 2 black, so that will be, I need exactly 1 green. I'll have no waste. Yellow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yellow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm short 1 of those. And then blue, I will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 6, so I'll be short 1 of those too. So, yes. Then, in that regard, I will keep these all here, hoping that that will let me fulfill my, rather than just getting the 2 points, I will just keep these here to try to turn into a wild. I can actually do so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And set a wild down. I don't know where I want to put it yet, so I'm just going to hang it out there. Okay, now next up on production is black. So I produce 2 black. Next up, green. I produce 1 green. Yellow, I produce 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is enough to get me one of these guys again. 5, 6. Okay, this one needs one of these, I guess, so I'll go ahead and produce this. It's me 2 of her. Okay, and I also produced this one. Okay, and last of our cards. So we did yellow, now blue, the last thing to produce. So I produced 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 exactly to get me one of her. Okay. So 2 here. All right, this will give me, this is the nice thing about these little cards, is they gave me wild tokens for a consolation prize, which is nice, or a production prize. So produce that, I get these 2, which will come in handy to complete these 2. Ha ha ha! Oh, this is satisfying. This was satisfying. So I completed both of these. This will actually give me a wild resource card. Not that it matters, but. And there we have it. So we just had this one little wasted thing over here. And 2, and this. And actually, so if I should have put it on my, I should have actually put those 2 on the card, because it actually, I could have produced this, and then here's my wild. But since I have chose to place it on here, I can't, after the fact, go and apply it to this card. But I could have gotten exactly produced everything. But I was close with the mathing, how everything worked anyway. So, all right. That was it. That was It's a Wonderful World. So let me see if we can maybe scroll in a little bit to do final scoring. scrolling a little bit so you guys can see better about what I am scoring. Okay, so this one was not completed, so we'll move it to the side. Bailey. All right, so the first up on the score docket is just victory points that are listed on the cards without anything beside it. So for instance, I have 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 25, 35. So 35 points just written. Okay, next up, it would black. So scoring categories that would depict based on black. Score based on black. Nothing. Green. Same. Nothing. Yellow. I have scoring objectives for yellow. So I have 3 times the number of yellow. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yellow cards. So 15 points there. Next up, blue scoring. I have 2 times the number of blue. I have 3 blue cards. So I get 6 points there. Last up, 1 point for each of him. I have 1 and 1 point for each of her. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we will score this up. This doesn't seem that great. Okay, 35, let's see. So 40, 50, 60, 61. I feel like we are like just barely past like failure. All right, so let's see. Solo mode. And I don't think I get any points for my leftover. Yes, and I did. This is scoring for using side B, it says. So I did use side B. If you use side A, which basically starts with a different set of resources to produce, and it also gives you a scoring objective, which is, and usually the things that it needs, it kind of like works well with what it gives you. So you have to take out 15 points if you use one of those, but I use the B side. Okay, so so less than 60, you'd be a rookie. 60 plus is a dictator. So we are a dictator just by 1 point. Doesn't matter, we're a dictator all the same. Who's counting? So yes, nice one. It says you can rule a country the size of a small town. Wow. Very nice. And yep, no victory points for any crystallinum left over. No negative points for still having unstructured cards either. So that is it, everybody. So we aren't the best, but we are a dictator. Barely. So with that, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out. Let me know down in the comments if you have any other solo games you would like to see me play. I'm happy to do so, and I'll see you next time.